The city was a tomb. Snow fell like forgotten sins, blanketing the grimy streets in a deceptively pristine shroud. Christmas Eve, a time for families, for carols, for good cheer. Not for us. We were huddled in a dingy warehouse, the air thick with cigarette smoke and the bitter tang of desperation. A single flickering bulb cast long, distorted shadows across our faces, a tableau of the damned united in a common cause, defiance against a world that had dealt us a losing hand. This heist, this desperate gamble, was our only shot at redemption. The clock on the wall, a relic from a more prosperous era, ticked closer to midnight, each click a hammer blow to our nerves. It was time. There was Max, the brains of the operation, his eyes gleaming with a cold fire behind his thick glasses. He was a man of few words, but his actions spoke volumes. Every keystroke, every line of code was a testament to his genius and his unyielding resolve. A fallen angel, they called him, once a whiz-kid programmer for a Wall Street giant, now a digital phantom, betrayed by the very system he had mastered. His fall from grace was as spectacular as his rise, leaving him a shadow of his former self, yet more dangerous than ever. Then there was Jinx, a slinky shadow of a woman with eyes that could melt steel and a voice like shattered glass. Her presence was both alluring and terrifying, a perfect blend of beauty and danger. She moved with a grace that belied her deadly skills. Her past was a tangled web of bad choices and worse luck, leaving her with nothing but a fierce loyalty to her crew and a burning desire to settle the score. Every scar on her body told a story of survival, of battles fought and won. Rounding out our unholy trinity was me, a man who had seen too much and felt too little. My eyes, once sharp and full of life, now held a distant, haunted look. The weight of my past bore down on me, a constant reminder of the ghosts I could never escape. A former private detective, haunted by the ghosts of cases past, I drifted into this world seeking solace in the shadows, finding a perverse comfort in the company of those who understood the darkness. Each case I took on was a step further into the abyss, a journey into the heart of darkness. Each of us carried our scars, our regrets, our reasons for being here. We were bound by our shared pain and our desire for redemption. Our pasts were a tapestry of loss and betrayal, but together we found a semblance of purpose. Tonight, we were more than just thieves. We were avenging angels, come to reclaim what was stolen from us. Our mission was clear, our resolve unbreakable. In the darkness we found our strength, and together we would rise. The bank's security system shimmered on the screen before us, a digital fortress guarding a mountain of wealth. It was a labyrinth of firewalls, encryption, and security protocols, each layer more intricate than the last. This was Max's domain, the digital world where he became an unseen god, manipulating code and bending systems to his will. His expertise was unparalleled, a maestro in the symphony of cyber warfare. His fingers danced across the keyboard, a blur of motion as he weaved his magic, slipping past firewalls and encryption protocols with an almost casual grace. Each keystroke was a calculated move, a step in a grand chess game. Each line of code that scrolled across the screen was a step closer to our goal, a promise whispered in the digital wind. The code was our map, guiding us through the treacherous terrain of the bank's defenses. Jinx kept watch over his shoulder, her breath catching in her throat with each successful breach. Her eyes were wide with a mix of fear and excitement, knowing the stakes were incredibly high. The air crackled with tension, a palpable entity in the confined space. Every second felt like an eternity, the weight of our mission pressing down on us. We were on a tightrope, the abyss of failure yawning beneath us. One wrong move, one mistyped command, and everything would come crashing down. Section 4. Meltdown. All gifts come with a price. The plan was flawless, or so we thought. As Max initiated the final sequence, a transfer so massive it would make headlines, a sudden silence descended upon the warehouse. The rhythmic clatter of the keyboard ceased. The glowing lines of code froze, replaced by a single, ominous message: system error. Panic flared, icy and sharp. Max, his face bathed in the screen's eerie light, frantically hammered at the keyboard, his brow slick with sweat. This wasn't part of the plan. Jinx swore, a stream of venomous whispers. This was it. The moment where the carefully constructed facade crumbled, revealing the raw terror beneath. Section 5. Blue Christmas, a lump of coal. Turns out even the best-laid plans of mice and men often go awry. We thought we had everything under control, every detail meticulously planned. But we hadn't accounted for one crucial element: a silent partner, a phantom player in this high-stakes game, someone lurking in the shadows, always watching. This mysterious figure had been one step ahead, manipulating us like pawns on a chessboard, orchestrating every move with precision. The warehouse door clanged open, revealing a blinding white light and the silhouette of a man. The air was thick with tension. He stepped inside, his features obscured by the glare, making it impossible to discern his intentions. "Merry Christmas!" he chuckled, his voice laced with amusement and a hint of menace. "Looks like you could use a little holiday cheer," he said, his tone dripping with irony. As the snow continued to fall outside, blanketing the city in its cold embrace, the world seemed to stand still for a moment. We were left to face the consequences of our actions, the weight of our choices pressing down on us. A stark reminder that in this game, there are no winners, only losers. The city, now a desolate landscape, mirrored our own desolation.